Hi there, my name is JT, and today I'll be showing you how I come into Kakasana, also known as crow pose. So coming into Kakasana or crow pose, it focuses a lot on the palm, focuses on this area as well as a bit on your wrist, and more so on your fingers. So just be mindful as we're coming into this pose that you are using your fingers more than you are putting any weight on your wrist. Firstly, I would recommend to set up your entire space. So if that means that you have a towel, if your mat's a bit slippery and when you're on your palms you feel that is slippery, use a towel. For me, I like to use my Manduka mat. This Manduka mat is very grippy. It's perfect for all of my inversions as well as arm balances. Before we begin, let's talk about our fingers and let's talk about our palms. Open up all your fingers, spread them really wide, your 10 fingers, and you want to grip your mat. So focus on the idea that you're gripping your mat. Maybe move your fingers like as if you're gripping the mat really firmly, very nicely. And this is the sensation you want to feel on your palms when you are coming to Kakasana. Then from here now, we're just going to protract our back. So imagine that you're pushing away in Kakasana, suck in your belly, really engage the core. So a lot of the strength comes from your core when you're pulling up your legs and your hips. So think of sucking your core, protracting your back, gripping your mat. These are the fundamentals. Once we've got all of this, let's talk about our legs. So in Kakasana, there are a few options. You can place your knees into your armpits. If this works for you, that is great. For me, when I do this, I feel that a lot of pressure comes onto my wrist and I'm unable to transfer the weight onto my fingers, as well as suck in my core. So I prefer to bring my knees slightly out, just slightly out, still at my armpits, slightly tucked in, yet slightly out. And once I'm here, I feel that I'm able to transfer my weight to my fingers a lot more. There's a bit more space for my core to be sucked in, so I'm able to lift up my legs effortlessly. Once we've gotten all of that settled, let's talk about our gaze, also known as our drishti. So if my palms are here, I am not looking directly down at the mat, but instead I'm actually looking ahead. For me, I start my gaze off actually looking at the top of my mat. For some people, this is a bit too far, so you can look maybe still in front of you, but still diagonal. So the gaze is super important in your Kakasana. If not, you may face palm. So I'll just show you once. Few differences. If I look down and I'm coming to my Kakasana, my head comes forward. If I look ahead in my Kakasana, I'm able to keep my back straight. My weight is not on my head and I'm not coming down onto my face. Now that we've got that settled, let's talk about coming into flight. So a few options. I'm sure you've heard of people saying, let's use a block. Personally, I do not use a block coming to Kakasana. I've never had actually. But I will show you how and why it does help. Standing on the block gives you height. And that's ideal because when coming to Kakasana, you want your bum to be as high as possible so that you're able to suck in your belly and protract your back. So if you are using a block, come onto your blocks, have it about maybe hip width distance apart. Bring the weight forward, rotate, rock over to your fingertips, continue to look forward. And the blocks allow you to get height very easily without having to kick off the floor. Once you're done, slowly land back onto your blocks first. Pause for a little while, then come off. Now, if you're like me and you don't really like to use the blocks or you don't have blocks at home, you can still come into Kakasana. How I would do it would be to once again set up the entire body as how you would firmly grounded to the floor. Bring your knees up towards your armpits, in, tucked in slightly, but yet out. Gaze forward, protract your back first, suck in your belly, really suck in your belly. Then rock over your fingers, lift one leg first, maybe your left, bring it down, lift your right, bring it down. Keep rocking your weight over till your legs feel very light. Then bring them up. Make sure the weight is not dumped on your wrists. Keep kicking your feet closer to your bum. Gaze at one point, focus, suck in your belly and stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back down. Maybe squat in Malasana. Just take a bit of a break. Once you're done over here, your wrist may feel a bit sore, and that's perfectly fine. Just rotate out your wrist a little bit, move it left and right, maybe bend it a little bit over here, and just keep moving your fingers. There may be a bit of tension on your knees at the start, maybe a bit of your arms will be bruised, but that's perfectly fine. Just be mindful of how you're feeling the entire time, and just know where your limit is at. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is JT, and I hope you enjoyed this video.